Hi guys, Matthew Lippert back here again with another video. I got this recipe I'm doing. Anybody that knows me and knows me well knows that I don't like meatloaf. I've never had a meatloaf I like. And everybody says, oh, this is the best meatloaf, and I still don't like it. But I saw this meatloaf on, I think it was on Facebook or someplace online. I saw this thing, and I've never seen a meatloaf like this. It doesn't even look like a meatloaf. So I just had to try it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and get started on this, and hopefully this turns out good. It sure looked good. So but go ahead and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, will you? Feel free to share this video, and if you try this recipe, you change whatever you want to make it yours. I've changed this some from what I first saw it, but change this, make it your own. Let me know in the comments how you change this and what you thought of it, and let me know where you're watching this from, what part of the country, what part of the world that you're watching this from. Let me know in the comment section. I'm going to try to keep all the ingredients together, but when I post it, I will put the entire recipe in the description, so you'll be able to have that and try this. I hope you like it. I hope I like it. We're going to find out here in a little bit. So let me go ahead and get reset, and we'll go ahead and get started. I've done some of this prep work already. I've sauteed my mushrooms. I've fried the bacon ahead of time. That way you cut back on the time of the video. Out of that's pretty no nonsense. I did the bacon crispy so you can just kind of crumble it. And I sauteed the mushrooms, not, completely cooked, but just so they're soft, so they're easier to handle. They don't break every time you start mixing everything. So first thing we're going to have here, put it in a bowl. I've already preheated my oven to 375 degrees. I put a pound of hamburger into the bowl. Then I've got a half a pound of ground pork. Goes into the bowl. Now I can move this over here. Then we're going to go, we have a cup of breadcrumbs. I prefer panko breadcrumbs. If you prefer Italian or regular breadcrumbs, use whatever you like. I prefer the panko, so that's what I'm using. And then I got a cup of milk. This is actually 2% milk. It just happens to be what we have here, so that's what I'm using. I didn't buy anything special for this. And then we're going to go, I have a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and I've got my 4 pieces of cooked bacon, and then I've got I got a cup of shredded Swiss cheese. I'm going to put most of it in there. I'm going to save a little bit back just to put on the top of it right before I cover it with ketchup. We'll save that back. And then the sauteed mushrooms, same thing. I'm going to save, let me get a spoon. I'm going to save just a little bit of this back. Same thing, just kind of cover the top of it. I did a little bit more than, normally it's like a cup of these, so I did a little bit more than a cup. And they're just going to mix it up. You don't want to over mix this, because once you put the rest of the stuff in, we got some more mixing to do. But that cheese is going to help hold everything together. The breadcrumbs are going to help hold everything together. And like I say, I'll have, in case I mess up on some of the amounts here, I'll have the full recipe in the description, so that way there's no question. I've watched so many recipes on YouTube, and by the time you get done, you have no idea what to do because it's so convoluted. So I put everything in the description so that you guys can make this and there's not any problem. Now I got that mixed up pretty well, and then I'm going to add the 2 eggs, two whole eggs, or large eggs. I beat them so they're just like a scrambled egg type. And then I got a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Everybody has fun with that name. Most people have a hard time saying it, so a while back I just started calling it Worcestershire sauce. Then we got 1 tablespoon of ketchup. And we've got a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder. I'm not a big fan of onions, so I'm not going to slice up an onion and put in there because I don't like to mess with that big piece of onion. Tablespoon of thyme, and a teaspoon of black pepper, teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to mix this up. Again, we don't want to over mix it. We're just going to get everything combined really good. And like I say, the eggs and breadcrumbs, all that's going to help everything stick together and kind of as a binder. And I'm not going to do this in a pan. I'm just going to put it, kind of make a loaf and hope everything stays together in the oven. We'll see. If it doesn't work out, I guess I'll know better next time, but you know, we're going to give it a whirl. Okay, got everything mixed up like that. I've got a pan here, just like a baking sheet. I covered it in foil so that it's not directly on the pan. I'm going to take and just roll this whole thing out there like that. Make sure you get everything out of here. You don't want to lose any of that goodness. I'm just going to basically fold this into a little bit of a loaf. You can see all the mushrooms in there and the bacon. And I've just never seen a meatloaf quite like this. So I wanted to go ahead and give this a whirl. There. That's kind of an odd shaped loaf, but that's all right. Wash my hands here. And if you don't like Swiss cheese, use some other kind of cheese. I like Swiss. A lot of times if I'm doing this in big groups, I'll use cheddar because a lot of people don't like Swiss. It is a strong flavor. Then I'm going to put the rest of the cheese, the rest of the Swiss cheese over here. Just kind of cover the top of it. I shouldn't have threw my spoon away. Then you take the rest of the mushrooms. I saute these in butter. That's kind of my medium of choice when I saute. If you like to saute them in wine or whatever you like to saute them in, you know, take your pick. Just I choose butter. I like the taste of a mushroom sauteed in butter. Really quick, really easy. There we go. Now I've got a half a cup of ketchup right here. We're just going to kind of run this over the top of it. And then we'll stick this in the oven for 60 to 70 minutes. Just then we'll check to make sure it's done on the inside. And we'll go from there. We'll come back in about an hour and we'll check this thing. Okay, I got this thing out of the oven and I cut into it just to make sure it was done. It's not overdone. It's not going to be dry. And it looks nice and juicy. I don't know how well it's going to stay together, but look at that. It's nice and juicy. Cheese, mushrooms all the way through it. I'm looking forward to a good meal. Hey guys, I'm going to try a little bit of this bite on camera. You know, for a guy who doesn't like meatloaf, this is pretty dang good. Because you add bacon. Bacon makes everything better. Swiss cheese, the mushrooms, it all makes it better. Go ahead and try this recipe. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you changed it. Let me know where you're watching this from. And if you have any questions, any comments, any snide remarks, leave those in the comment section. I'll put the whole recipe in the description. Until next time, make it a great day and may God bless you.